We've got the small Pilates ball and our mat. My name is Stephanie. When we're ready, we're just gonna lay on back on our mat. Just find a comfortable position here. Find a neutral spine, pocket of air underneath the low back, and we're gonna start with a little breathing, inhaling through your nose and exhaling out your mouth. As you inhale, feel your rib cage open. As you exhale, pull the rib cage together, belly button to spine. A few big breaths, let your shoulders drop, your palms just release into the mat. In a comfortable position here. Pushing away the thoughts from outside, focusing in here on your practice. Do one more big inhale in through the nose. One more powerful exhale out through the mouth. We're gonna grab our ball. We're gonna start with the ball behind the neck. So it's just gonna be kind of like a little pillow there. Good. Try to find that neutral position with the head. So on the ball, where your gaze is up towards the ceiling, the chin isn't tucked or extended. We're gonna inhale, exhale, tuck the chin to chest. Just feeling that little roll on the ball. Inhale back to center, exhale, take the chin up towards the ceiling, extending a little bit over the ball. You can adjust the ball if you need, but it's a tiny movement here. We're just going chin to chest. Feeling the ball roll a tiny bit, inhaling and exhaling, looking up towards the ceiling. Good, tiny movement here, just going forward and backward with the chin. And then we'll pause back in that neutral cervical spine position. We're gonna nod the head to the right, so just kind of rolling over to that ball a little bit, like right ear to right shoulder, back to center, and then rolling a little bit the other way. So without losing the ball, just a little roll side to side. If you need to adjust where the ball is, you can. Just a little neck release here with the ball. Good. Continuing side to side with your breath in that tiny movement. Perfect. We'll pause right back at the center. We're gonna take the ball out into our hands, let the neck just drop. Feel that difference there without the ball. And then knees bent, feet flat, lift up your hips. The ball is gonna go underneath your sacrum, almost like a little bunny tail. Good, find that neutral spine again. So the pelvis isn't tipped forward or tipped backward. And then we're gonna do some little pelvic rocks. Inhale, exhale, press your low back down, kind of tilting the pelvis towards you, inhaling back to neutral. So it's like your pelvis is a bowl and that bowl is tipping towards the belly button, letting water spill into the belly button, inhaling, exhaling back to that neutral spine. Tiny movement here. If you need to adjust the ball, you can. We're just kind of rocking the pelvis forward and backward, finding some pelvic awareness before we go into our movements. Good. Maybe you pause at that neutral position again. Maybe you rock the ball side to side, just letting the left hip drop an inch, back to center, letting the right hip drop an inch, back to center, just rolling side to side on the ball. With this pelvic awareness, not letting anything else move. So the neck is relaxed, the face is relaxed, the knees aren't moving. It's just that little tilt of the pelvis side to side. Good. Perfect. Pause with it back at that neutral spine position. Palms are gonna go right on the mat. We're gonna inhale, exhale, find that little tilt, and then just lift a few inches where you're barely about to lose the ball into a bridge. Inhale, exhale, nice and slow, roll it down. Again, so tiny movement here. Inhaling, exhaling, you're gonna lift up your hips to where you're just about to lose the ball. To find your glutes, inhale, exhale, nice and slow, roll back down. So just kind of warming up here. If you want more of an intermediate challenge here, you could take robot arms, elbows are bent, or you could take arms up towards the ceiling, palms face each other. You don't have those little kickstands, so you're really just relying on the glutes here. As you go, if those hamstrings get to be too tight, you can always scooch the feet in closer to the body. And as you go up, you really want to squeeze the glutes, kneecap shoot away, finding your back body here for your bridging. This next one, we're going to hold up in that bridge. Little 1 inch up, 1 inch down, little hip dips. As you press up, squeeze the glutes. Inhaling and exhaling as you go. Again, tiny movement, press into that big and second toe, not rolling out to the pinky side part of the foot. We're here for 3, 2, 1. Press up, inhale, exhale, nice and slow. Roll back down over the ball. Hands come back to the mat, adjust if you need. Take a big inhale and an exhale. Perfect. All right, we're gonna lift up our hips, remove the ball. Again, feel that difference there. The ball's gone. Let your hips shake side to side. Again, finding that neutral spine position. Again, ball's gonna go right in between the knees. Knees are bent, feet flat. We're gonna go to warm up our core now. So hands can come behind the head, elbows wide. Press the low back down into the mat. Inhale, exhale, chin to chest, come up into that curl up. Inhale, exhale, back down, good. Nice and slow and controlled, trying to get up off of those shoulder blades. As you scoop up, squeeze the ball. You're gonna engage that core a little bit more. Elbows are nice and wide. Good. Just slowly starting to build and warm up here. Perfect. We are going to add on. You can stay here. Otherwise, it's an inhale, exhale, scoop up, rotates to the left. Keep the elbows wide, back to center. Head comes down. Scoop on up, rotate to the right, nice and slow, back to center, and back down. Good. Continuing here, finding that oblique twist as you go. Pressing the low back down into the mat. The slower you go here, the more work you're going to feel. Head is heavy in the hands. Good. I've got one more side to side here. Perfect. And when you finish the last one, you can take your hands out from behind your head. Maybe let the knees sway side to side with the ball. Take a big inhale and an exhale. Hands are going to come back down to the mat. Legs are going to come to tabletop. So you still have the ball in between the knees. Knees are over hips. Option 1, you keep your hands where you're at. If you want a little bit more assistance, you can take your hands out wide to a T. Knees are directly over hips. You're going to let the knees sway over to the right a few inches. Keep your shoulders down on the ground. Inhale. Bring it back to center. Good. Exhale, a little twist. Make sure those knees aren't coming in towards the chest. You're feeling that twist and that core work here. Nice and slow and controlled. Little squeeze on the ball as you go. Perfect. The hips can lift side to side, but you want to keep those shoulders down. Do this in a range of motion that works for you, where you're starting to feel that oblique work. Good. I have one more this side. Bringing it back to center, feet come down to the mat. Take an inhale and an exhale. You can stick with that. We're going to move on back to that tabletop position. Really squeeze the ball. Inhale, exhale, over to the right. Extend the legs, straighten, bend the knees, back to center, over to the left. Straighten the legs, back to table, bring it back through the center. So just adding on like a little can-can here. Shoulders are still staying down. Knees are over hips. You're not letting those knees come in towards the chest. Perfect. And if your back is arching, you're going too low with the legs. You can go a little higher with the legs. You want it to be all core work, not back work. I've got one more here to the side. Perfect. Bring it back to center. Feet find the mat. Take a big inhale and an exhale. All right, ball's gonna come into our hands. Arms go up to 90, just a gentle pressure on the ball. Carefully take the legs one at a time back into tabletop. We're gonna do what we just did here. Option 1, just the knees, or you add that extension over to one side, back to center, over to the other side. Keep your shoulders down without the hands down. It's a little more challenging. If you're adding on, you could add that can-can side to side. Really trying not to fall over. Squeeze the ball here. Find that twist. Good. Breathing in, breathing out. I got one more like this. Perfect. And then set the feet down, take an inhale and an exhale. We add on, ball goes in between the ankles. Legs back to the tabletop, hands to the mat or out to a T. Either one. We're gonna do the same thing here. Over to one side, really warming up those obliques. Back to center, squeeze the ball and the ankles over to the other side. Keep your shoulders down. If you're adding on that can-can, really squeeze the ball in the ankles as you extend those legs. Back to tabletop. Center, over to the other side. Find that twist here. Perfect. We're gonna go one more side to side here, either staying in that tabletop or adding that can-can. Feeling those obliques. Perfect. Bring it back to tabletop. Ball can come into the hands. Feet come down to the mat. Let the knees sway side to side. Take a big inhale and an exhale. All right. You're going to press yourself a little bit up to seated. The ball is going to go behind the shoulder blades. So ball's right behind the shoulder blades. Hands are going to come behind the head. Knees are bent, feet flat. Try to scoop, really pressing that low back down into the mat. So we're not extending over, we're just finding that neutral position. Good. We can adjust where the ball is if you need. We're gonna inhale. Exhale, first reach back behind, finding some extension over the ball. That feels okay for the back. Inhaling back up, exhale, a little bit of a crunch, reach up, yep. Inhale, back to neutral. Exhale, reach back over the ball, elbows wide. Inhaling, exhaling, a little bit of a scoop. Elbows stay nice and wide. A few more like this. If you need to adjust where the ball is, you can. Good, feet are nice and heavy into the mat. And nice and slow and controlled here. Doing this in a range that works for you. Finding those core muscles. Good. We're gonna go one more like this. And then find that neutral spine position. Head is heavy into the hands. Good. We're gonna inhale, exhale, a little bit of a scoop. Engage the core. Right leg is gonna lift to table, set it back down. Left leg lifts to table, set it back down. Marching here. The more you scoop, the more you're gonna feel this in the core. You need a break. You just go back to that neutral position, letting your shoulders rest over the ball. Perfect. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Extend over the ball. Take an inhale and an exhale. We add on, inhaling, exhaling, come back up into that scoop, engage the core. We're gonna take both legs come up to table. Good, tap those toes down. You can always go back to that first option. Otherwise, we're double leg toe tapping. If it's too much on the core, you can go back to that neutral spine position. Otherwise, you're up in that C curve, really having the core nice and engaged. Good, we're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, feet find the ground, extend back over the ball, take an inhale and an exhale. All right, we add on. Promise, keep the head heavy in the hands so you're not feeling it too much in the neck here. All right, we're gonna find some rotation. So starting in that neutral, inhale, exhale, come up into that little bit of a chest C curve. Rotate to the left, open, back to center, back down over the ball. Inhale, exhale, coming back up into that chest lift, rotate to the right, elbows stay nice and wide, back to center, scooping back down. Good, continuing here, just finding that rotation side to side, elbows stay nice and wide. You can adjust where the ball is if you need. Perfect. I'm gonna go one more side to side here, finding that rotation, really working the core. Good, last one here, up into that C-curve, rotating. And bring it back down. Carefully take the ball out. And then we'll lay all the way down. Let the knees sway side to side. Bring the knees into your chest. Find a nice little release or stretch. All right, options here. Ball can go in between the knees or in between the ankles. We're gonna go into hundreds, going into our core series. So arms come up to 90, palms face away. Inhale, exhale, hands come to hips, 100 prep. Inhale, back up to 90. Good, options for hundreds. You can keep your head down or your head can come up as those hands extend towards the hips. We'll be pumping our arms 5 or 6 inches, deliberate pumps. Breathing in for 5 counts and out for 5 counts for 100 counts. The feet can stay on the mat. You can take your legs to tabletop. 90, 45, as long as that low back is staying pressed down into the mat. On this next one, we start pumping for our hundreds, breathing in 2, 3, 4, 5, out 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 20, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 30, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 40, in 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 50, halfway done. Maybe you add a challenge. If that neck is hurting, you can always take one hand behind the head. 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 70, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 80, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 90. Last set, breathe in, reach those fingertips. Last set, breathe out. Set it on down. Good job, guys. Take the ball out. Let the knees sway side to side. Catch your breath. All right. I'm going to take, that ball is going to go right back behind the shoulder blades where we just had it. We gave a little bit of a break for a second. Again, hands behind the head. Head nice and heavy into the hands. We have a little bit of a balance challenge here, so make sure you have that pelvis, that C-curve scoop, the low back is pressing down. We're gonna do our single leg stretch here. Head will stay heavy in the hands. Right leg comes in towards the chest, left leg comes to 45 in, we switch. Switch, so a little bit of a balance challenge because you're balancing on the ball, reaching that leg as you pull the leg in towards you. Neck is in a nice neutral position. You can have a little bit of a C-curve scoop, tuck of the chin to chest, as long as you're not arching the back. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set it down, extend over the ball, take an inhale and an exhale. I'm gonna go scissors next. Again, back up into that C-curve scoop. Balancing on the ball, right leg goes up to 90, nice and straight, left leg 45. It's a pulse, pulse, switch, pulse, pulse, switch. If this is too challenging, you can always remove the ball. Go back to our normal scissors. Perfect. Breathing in, breathing out, point the toes, reaching. Elbows are nice and wide, head is heavy in the hands. Stay balanced on the ball for 3, 2, 1. Good. Extend over that ball, take an inhale and an exhale. We're gonna be feeling our abs later today. I have one more here in this position and then we'll give the head a break again. So head heavy in the hands. Perfect. I'm gonna carefully take the legs up to a tabletop position. I'm gonna twist to the left as that right leg extends to 45 and then switch. Again, balancing on the ball as you go here. It's our crisscross. Nice and slow and controlled. Slower than when we normally do this to keep our balance on the ball. You can always ditch the ball as a modification. Good, breathing in, breathing out, feeling the core here. You guys got this, we're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, good job. Take the ball out, roll onto your back, feel that release for the core. Inhale and exhale. All right, ball between the ankles. One more in this core series. I'm gonna go double leg stretch. So legs are gonna come to tabletop, knees towards the chest. You're gonna reach for the ball in between those ankles, extend the legs and arms back behind, and then pass the ball back in. Good, you hold here, and then you pass. Reaching that ball back behind, taking it to the ankles. Inhaling and exhaling. Head either stays down the whole time or up the whole time. It's a variation of our double leg stretch. You guys got it. Press that low back down. Feel those low transverse abdominals. We have 2 more like this. Good. Last one. Make it your best. Perfect. Feet come down. We're going to press ourselves or do a little roll up to seated. You can grab a drink of water if you'd like. Take a stretch. Big inhale and exhale here. All right, I'm going to cue. We'll be seated, legs straight out in front. If that's not good for the hips or knees, you can go a bend with the knees if you like. Otherwise, that ball's just right behind. Good. Arms are going to come out in front. Palms face each other. Pull the shoulder blades down. You're stacked up nice and tall. Gaze forward. Inhale. Exhale. Little C-curve scoop. Roll back over that ball. Inhale. Exhale to come back up. Do this in a range that works for you. The ball's behind the pelvis there, behind the tailbone, as a little pillow. Good, and keeping that C-curve as you go. It's a variation of our roll down, roll up. Inhaling, exhaling. On this next one, let's scoop. As we come up, let's forward fold, taking a little stretch. Good, try not to lose the ball. Stack back up nice and tall. Inhale, exhale. Scooping down, finding that roll back. Inhale, exhale. As we come up and forward, getting a little forward fold, little stretch. Good, I add on here. You can continue with what we have, otherwise inhale, exhale, roll down. Both arms are gonna lift, they're gonna lower. Inhale, exhale, come all the way up. Reaching for those toes, forward folding. Stack back up nice and tall, 2 more like this. Scooping down, arms come up, arms come down. Coming on forward, forward fold, little stretch. Good, last one like this. Finding that C-curve. Arms up, arms down. Reach forward fold, take a little butterfly stretch. You can release the ball so you don't lose it. Have one more like that, ball behind the pelvis, legs straight, knees bent if you need that modification. Arms come out in front, inhale, exhale, C-curve, roll on back. You're gonna reach, twist back to the back corner of your mat. Return to start, twist other way, good, return to start, scoop back up. We reverse, so scoop back down, reach to the right, gaze goes with the hand, reach to the left. Finding that rotation, coming back up. 2 more like this. On this one, we go to the left first, reaching. Feel the twist in the spine. Good. Coming back up. Last one here, almost done. Scooping back, reaching. Perfect. Other side. Good. Coming all the way forward, forward fold. Take the ball out, butterfly. All right, we're gonna see if this works. These balls are kind of inflated a lot, so I don't know if it's gonna work or not. So you're gonna just sit on the ball. So it should be okay. So sitting on your ball. Again, if you don't feel comfortable, ball is optional. You can always just ditch the ball. Ball is right underneath the hips. 2 options here. Knees bent, feet flat might give you a little bit better. You feel like you're not gonna tip, or you can go legs straight. Either way. Arms are gonna come out in front. You're balancing on that ball here. Inhale, exhale, reach forward, sitting spine stretch. Yeah, keeping your balance. Inhale to stack back up nice and tall. Good, exhale. So reach forward as your gaze goes down, finding a C shape of the spine. Inhale to stack back up nice and tall. 2 more like this, you guys got it. Perfect, 1 more. As you reach, really belly button to spine, press the low back behind you. Good. Stack back up, nice and tall, hands find the side. Make sure you're nice and centered. Perfect. We're gonna take right hand down to the ground, left arm's just gonna reach up, nice side stretch. So lateral stretch here. Balancing on the ball, left hand finds the ground, right hand reaches up and over. We'll go one more side to side here, just finding all directions of the spine. Perfect. Both hands back down. Make sure, again, you're nice and centered on that ball. Again, knees bent if you want a little bit more help with the balance, otherwise legs straight, arms come out to a T, palms facing down. This one's gonna be a little trickier. Inhale, exhale, pulse, pulse to one side, nice and slow on that ball. Back to center, over to the other side, good. Perfect. Good thing is the balls aren't that tall, so if you fall over, you're only going a couple inches. If you want to add on, we go into a saw nice and slow, up and over to one side. The wider the feet are going to go, the more help with your balance too. Your twist, pulse, pulse over. Good, back, up and over the other way. Again, dig those heels into the mat. The wider the feet are, a little bit easier with the balance here. Just a variation of the classic Pilates exercise saw. Good. One more like this. Side to side. Back to center. You can lift that ball up. Good. We're going to go prone on our belly next. So I'm going to cue the ball underneath the chest, and we're going to go all the way down on our belly. Ball's optional. If it doesn't feel right for you, you can always dip it. So pubic bone is pressing down. The ball's just right underneath your chest. Hands are underneath the shoulders, elbows are narrow, and your gaze is down towards your mat. If you have anything going on in the low back, widen the legs. Otherwise, you want to get those legs nice and narrow. Inhale, exhale. We're going to press into our swan, lifting up off of that ball. Pull belly button to spine. Inhale, back down. Good. Feel like the spine is lengthening as you come up. Good. Just coming right off that ball and back down. If you want to add on, maybe you take your hands to the forehead. Starting in that neutral, inhale, exhale, little extension, reach up. Inhale, back down. That's more of a challenge. You do what works for you. If you have anything going on in the low back, go to that first option. Perfect. If you're adding on, gaze is going to come down. Arms reach. Inhale, exhale, pressing up into that extension over the ball, almost like a Superman. Coming back down. Couple more like this. Perfect. Working the spine in all directions here. Now we're finding that extension. If you're adding on this last one, we hold up. Reach back behind to the right. Reach back behind to the left. Gaze comes down. One more. Back up. Bless you. Reach back to the left. Reach back to the right. Hands come back down. We press on back into a nice child's pose stretch. All right, we're gonna go side plank next. I'm gonna face this way just because that's where the camera is. You can go however you want on the mat, and then the ball is gonna go right underneath the side. The hips will be stacked, the ankles are stacked like a little kickstand to the front. If this doesn't feel comfortable on the forearm here, you can always lay all the way down. The ball can be a little bit of a pillow. So you have those two options. If the ball's underneath your side, you want to feel like you're lifting your side up off of that ball. Good. We're going to start with just some leg lifts. Lifting that top leg, lowering it. Make sure the hips are nice and stacked. Top hand can go on the hip or on the mat. If you want more of a challenge, it could go up towards the ceiling. And I want strong shoulders on the bottom, so we're not sinking way down. We're keeping nice and strong in that bottom shoulder girdle. Good. Strengthening the top leg, the top glute with our side lying. Good. We lift up and hold. Brush forward. Flex back. Try not to let the top half of the body move. That leg is staying hip height. Perfect. Again, classic side lying here. We're gonna hold that toe right over the other one, hip height. Little golf ball size circles from the hip, not the ankle, for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, reverse. We're here for 5, 4, find that glute, 3, 2, 1, set it down, take an inhale and an exhale. All right, adjust the ball if you need. Again, we'll see if this works with this size ball. I'm gonna take the top hand to the head, and then with the bottom hand, I'm gonna extend it a little bit. So you're gonna kind of lean over that ball, inhale, exhale, press into that hand to kind of find a side crunch. So kind of reach your hand away, coming down over the ball. Exhale to scoop, finding that side crunch. Good. Do this in a range that works for you. Sliding the hand works, or you can just kind of press down. I just don't want the shoulder to get too pressed up towards the ear. Good, you should feel that lateral flexion, that side crunch. We're gonna hold up, little pulse up, crunch for 3, 2, 1. Set the forearm down, get a nice little reach. Perfect. Maybe turn towards the mat. One more little series on this side. Let's bend the knees, 90-degree bend. Make sure those hips are stacked. We're gonna start with knee lifts. Knee and ankle lift and lower. Again, feel like you can lift up off that ball. Bottom shoulders nice and strong. Perfect. In that top leg, that top glute. Perfect. We go into clam, heels together, toes apart, open, close. Again, make sure that top hip doesn't roll back. It's staying nice and stacked. If you want to add on, you could go elevated clam either way. And we add a clam kick. When you're ready, it's an open kick. Bring it down, return to start. You should feel that top side body, that top glute here. Breathing in, breathing out. We're here for 2 more. Find that glute, last one. Good. Press yourself up to seated. We're gonna go right to the other side, and then we'll get a stretch at the end. So again, finding that side lying work. Ball goes underneath the side. Cueing forearm down, but you can always lay all the way down if you need. Top arm can be mat, hip, up towards the ceiling. We start with that leg lift. Lifting and lowering that top leg, keeping the hips nice and stacked. Same pace up and down. Don't let the leg just drop. Good. Inhaling and exhaling as we go. We hold up, we brush forward and back. And trying to engage your core to not let the top half of the body roll forward or backward. And then we pause, point the toe, golf ball size circles. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, reverse. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, good, set it down. We're moving into that side crunch. Top hand comes to the head. You can extend the arm or whatever works for you. You're gonna press into the mat as you find that side crunch, trying to come over the ball and back down. I like to reach the arms, sliding up, sliding down. Do what works for you here. Just wanna find that side body. Keep those hips stacked. It's a little bit of an awkward position, but you should feel it here. Good. Let's do 2 more. On this last one, we hold up and pulse. Keep up. Pulse up for 3, 2, 1. Forearm down, little reach. Maybe rotate towards the mat. Perfect, last set here. Bend those knees 90 degrees. We start with that knee lift when you're ready. Knee and ankle lift and lower. Working that top leg, that top glute. We go into clam, open, close. Keep the hips stacked. Don't let that top hip roll backward. And if you did elevated clam on the other side, you can transition into that. Good. Inhaling and exhaling, shoulders are relaxed, neck is relaxed. Adding that clam kick when you're ready. Finding that top leg, that top glute. Controlling the movement. We have 2 more. Last one. Good. Press yourself up to seated. And we're going to roll onto our back to get a nice stretch. So when you're ready, ball can just come into your hands. Right ankle over left thigh. You can pull that leg in towards you, rocking side to side if that feels good for that glute. And then we'll switch other side. Left ankle over right thigh. Maybe you press the knee away or pull it in towards you. Find a nice stretch here. All right. We're going to finish with one last intermediate kind of exercise, and then we'll go into some stretches. So we are almost to the finish line. Option 1, we're going to put ball in between the ankles. We'll move on. You can always stick with this option. We're going to go into some teasers, some modifications of teasers. So we're going to start first, legs in tabletop, ball is in between the ankles. Arms are going to come up towards the ceiling, palms face each other. You're going to inhale. Exhale, you're going to roll up into your teaser. You can hold a boat position, you can extend the legs, and then rolling back down, legs come back to tabletop. If this is too challenging, you could go to just roll-ups, roll-downs. Otherwise, you're finding either that boat position, that teaser position. Once you find that V-sit up at the top, you slowly roll down, not just letting the body drop down. It's a nice slow roll down, really feeling the core both ways. You guys got it. Perfect. On this last one I'm going to add on, you decide. Once you're in that teaser, lower the legs, lift the legs. Good. We're here for 3, 2, 1. Roll all the way down. Ball comes into the hands. Good. Again, option 1, if that is too challenging, you could always just go into some roll-ups, roll-downs. All right, for this next one, ball's going to come into the hands. Legs back into tabletop. Holding that ball up towards the ceiling. Little squeeze on the ball. Same thing, inhale, exhale. Coming up into that teaser, either into the boat or reaching the ball towards the toes, nice and slow, rolling back down. Good. Inhale, exhale, up into that teaser position, either that boat or legs extended, rolling back down. Perfect. Let's do one last one like this. Finding that teaser. Once you're there, you're adding on, lower and lifting the legs for 3. You got it, 2. Last one. Roll all the way back. Take the ball back behind. Extend the legs. Let the chest just open up. Those are challenging. Let the ribcage just drop open here. Perfect. We're going to take the ball underneath the pelvis again, so lifting up those hips. Ball goes right underneath like a little bunny tail. You're going to take the right leg to tabletop. The hands will come behind the thigh. Reach that leg up towards the ceiling. Bring it back to tabletop. So just bending and extending that right leg. You can do this without the ball if you'd like. I just didn't want my ball to roll away. Hold that leg up towards the ceiling. Nice hamstring stretch. Point and flex that right ankle. Okay, roll the ankle in one direction. Roll the ankle in the other direction. I'm going to take that leg out to the side, wide V stretch. Left hand can go to a T to kind of counterbalance. That left knee can also go out to the other opposite side. And then bring it back up to 90. Let that leg cross across. Arms out to a T. Back up to 90. Right foot finds the mat. Reach behind the left thigh. Find that bend and extend down on the left side. And holding up towards the ceiling, little point and flex of that ankle. Hamstring stretch. Roll the ankle in one direction. And then the other direction. Take that leg out wide, wide V stretch, right knee goes up to the right side. Bringing it back up towards the ceiling and then crossing it across. Back up. Foot finds the ground, you'll lift up that ball. Let's take just ball in between the knees. Arms are gonna come up towards the ceiling. We're gonna scissor the arms. Right arm reaches back, left arm reaches forward. Bring it back up towards the ceiling and switch. Just getting a nice shoulder stretch here. Feel like someone's pulling your fingertips in opposite directions to really get that stretch during the scissor. We'll do one more like this, side to side. Pausing up towards the ceiling, palms face away. You're gonna tap those elbows down like a chicken wing. Reach back up towards the ceiling, just opening up the chest here. Finding a nice stretch. Two more like this. Last one. And then you're gonna take your arms out to a T, palms facing up. Little snow angels, fingertips will hover right off the ground. Reach the hands towards the hips, palm up. Reach the hands up. Finding a nice stretch, like you're drawing a snow angel. Okay, let's do one more like this. And then carefully roll yourself or press yourself up to a seated position. Just gonna go crisscross applesauce. I'm gonna have ball on the right side, hand on the ball. Right hand, other arm will come out to a T. Get a nice mermaid stretch. Roll the ball away, find that nice stretch. Try to press the left hip down. Rolling back up, hand comes back to a T. Try to keep the neck in line with the spine, shoulders down. And always extend the legs out straight. That's better for you. Good. On this last one, we go up, over, we hold. You can hold here, or maybe you rotate both hands to the ball. Find that stretch for 3, 2, 1. Rotate back open, pull the ball in. Find a counter stretch, ball can come back up. And we'll switch other side, ball underneath the left hand, right hand out to a T. Rolling that ball away, find that nice side stretch. Press the right hip down. Inhaling back up. Exhaling. We'll do a few more like this. Good. This next one, maybe you just hold over, you rotate both hands to the ball, press the ball away for 3, 2, 1. Turn back, bring it all the way in, and find your counter stretch. Good. We're gonna finish. Let's tuck that ball to the side. 4-point kneeling, but we'll only be here for a second. You're gonna find one plank, straight arm or forearm, you decide. Gaze at your fingertips, finishing nice and strong, holding this plank. We're here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Walk the feet in towards the hands, shifting weight into the feet. We're gonna roll all the way up, one bone at a time. 3 roll downs like this, inhaling, arms up, exhaling, reaching up and over. Find a nice stretch. Maybe you shake your head no, shake your head yes. Inhale, exhale, roll all the way up. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, little back bend, reach up towards the ceiling. Exhale, hands away. 3 big breaths to finish. Inhaling up. Exhaling, hands away. Inhaling up. Exhaling, hands away. Last one, we inhale up. Hands to heart center. You guys are all set. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
You guys have a great